Welcome everyone. Today we're going deep into urban evasion and escape tactics. These are not just fancy terms reserved for action movie heroes, but practical skills that can help ensure personal safety in our modern, densely populated cityscapes. Urban evasion refers to the art of staying unnoticed or safely navigating through urban environments, while escape tactics are the strategies employed to swiftly and safely exit dangerous situations. The importance of these skills cannot be overstated. They provide a lifeline in a world where threats can materialize out of nowhere, be it a sudden crime, a natural disaster, or a civil unrest. Mastering these tactics not only boosts your confidence, but also arms you with the knowledge to protect yourself and your loved ones. Now that we know what urban evasion is, let's explore the common threats we face in urban settings. Urban environments present unique challenges and threats. It's like a complex, ever-changing maze where you never quite know what's around the next corner. The first step to successfully navigating this maze is understanding the common threats one might face. Let's start with crime. Urban areas are often hotspots for criminal activity, including muggings and assaults. Walking down a poorly lit street at night, you can suddenly find yourself face to face with a mugger. Being aware of such potential threats can help you make better decisions about where to go and when. Next, we have natural disasters. Earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, you name it. These events can turn a city into a war zone in seconds. Buildings crumble, streets flood, and before you know it, you're smack dab in the middle of chaos. Now let's not forget about civil unrest. Protests and riots can erupt with little warning, turning peaceful streets into battlegrounds. In these situations, escape routes can quickly become blocked and the usual safety nets may no longer be reliable. Lastly, there's the threat of terrorist attacks. These are unpredictable by nature and can transform a bustling city into a place of fear and uncertainty. Knowing how to react and where to go during such events can mean the difference between safety and danger. Understanding these threats helps us prepare and effectively respond to them. It can be the difference between becoming a victim or safely navigating your way out of a dangerous situation. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the world of urban survival, it's your most valuable asset. Situational awareness is the key to staying safe. There's an old saying that wisdom lies not in seeing things, but seeing through them. That's essentially what situational awareness is all about. It's the ability to scan the environment, understand what's happening around you, and predict what could happen next. Let's dive deeper into the importance of staying alert. Imagine you're walking through a bustling city engrossed in your thoughts or perhaps your phone. That distraction could make you an easy target for a mugger or cause you to miss vital cues of an impending disaster. On the other hand, if you're alert and observant, you're more likely to spot potential threats early and have the time to react appropriately. Now, how can you improve your situational awareness? First, make a habit of observing your surroundings. Take note of the people, vehicles, and activities around you. Look for anything out of the ordinary. Is someone acting suspiciously? Is there an unattended package? Second, listen to your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Your subconscious mind often picks up on threats before your conscious mind does. So don't ignore that gut feeling. Third, practice the OODA loop technique. This stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. Observe your surroundings. Orient yourself in relation to potential threats. Decide on the best course of action, and then act on that decision. This technique can help you respond effectively to rapidly changing situations. Lastly, always have an exit strategy. Whether you're in a restaurant, a subway station, or a shopping mall, always know the quickest way out. This can help you escape quickly in case of an emergency. A word of caution. Being aware doesn't mean being paranoid. It's about being prepared, not scared. So, keep your eyes open, your ears tuned, and your mind alert. Practice these techniques until they become second nature. And remember, the goal is not to live in fear, but to live with confidence and peace of mind. Remember, being aware of your surroundings can save your life. Preparation is the first step towards a successful escape. The difference between a smooth escape and a botched one often boils down to how well you've planned beforehand. So, let's explore some pre-escape strategies to bolster your readiness. First off, it's crucial to know your environment like the back of your hand. Familiarize yourself with the streets, landmarks, and safe zones in your local area. This knowledge is your secret weapon. It allows you to navigate swiftly, even under pressure, and can be the difference between danger and safety. Remember, the more you understand about your environment, the easier it will be to spot potential escape routes and hiding spots. Next up is establishing a communication plan. In a precarious situation, the ability to communicate effectively with your loved ones or allies can be a lifeline. This plan might include code words or signals that convey your location, status, or any immediate help you might need. For example, a simple text message saying "Bluebird" could mean you're heading to a pre-arranged safe spot. This kind of coded communication can be a discreet way to share vital information without drawing undue attention. Don't forget to identify potential escape routes. The best routes are often the least obvious ones. Look for less traveled paths, alleyways, or even rooftops that can provide a quick, unexpected escape route. Consider multiple routes and have a backup plan in case your primary one is compromised. In summary, pre-escape planning involves knowing your surroundings, establishing a clear communication plan, and identifying potential escape routes. These steps might seem simple, but they can make a world of difference in a tense situation. Remember, the goal here isn't to foster paranoia, but to promote preparedness. Being prepared will give you the advantage when you need to act quickly. So take the time to plan and prepare. It's an investment that could potentially save your life one day. Now, let's talk about how to evade potential threats. Evasion is a critical part of any escape plan. It's not always about running. Sometimes it's about blending in, moving strategically, and using the environment to your advantage. Let's start with blending in. The key here is to become a part of the crowd. Dress like the locals, act like you belong, and avoid drawing attention to yourself. This means no flashy jewelry or bright clothing, and try to keep your voice down. Remember, the goal is to be unnoticeable, unmemorable. Next, let's talk about movement strategies. The key is to move quickly but quietly. Avoid making sudden movements that can draw attention. Use crowds to your advantage. They can provide cover and make it harder for someone to follow you. If you feel you're being targeted, consider zigzagging. It's harder for someone to aim or chase you if you're not moving in a straight line. Now, on to utilizing your environment. The urban jungle is full of obstacles, but these can be used to your advantage. Buildings, alleys, rooftops, even public transport can all aid in your evasion. Know your city's layout, the shortcuts, the dead ends. A well-timed dart into a busy subway station or a quick climb over a fence can mean the difference between capture and escape. On that note, public transport is a fantastic way to put distance between you and a threat quickly. Buses, trams, subways, these can all whisk you away from danger in a matter of minutes. But remember, always have an alternative plan. You never know when the next bus is coming or if the subway might be closed for maintenance. Of course, it's important to keep in mind that evasion isn't always about physical movement. Sometimes it's about staying put and hiding until the danger passes. This is where knowing your environment really comes in handy. Identify potential hiding spots in advance. Abandoned buildings, dense bushes, underground car parks. These can all provide temporary refuge. And finally, remember that evasion is a mental game as much as a physical one. Stay calm, think clearly, and make smart decisions. Panic is your worst enemy. It clouds your judgment and makes you predictable. So breathe, think, and then act. Master these evasion tactics to navigate through urban settings safely. Remember, the goal isn't to be a hero, it's to survive. Keep your wits about you, stay alert, and always be ready to adapt. Because in the end, the best way to win a fight is to avoid it altogether. When evasion is not enough, escape becomes necessary. Let's delve into some vital escape techniques, which may be crucial in an urban survival scenario. Firstly, navigating without a map. In our digital age, we've become heavily reliant on GPS. But what if you don't have access to your phone or the internet? Basic principles of urban navigation can save your life. Look for landmarks, tall buildings, towers, or distinct structures. They can serve as your compass in the concrete jungle. Also remember, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This simple knowledge can guide you in the right direction when you're disoriented. Now let's talk about self-defense and de-escalation. It's important to realize that not every confrontation needs to end in a physical fight. De-escalation techniques focus on calming the situation. Maintain a non-threatening posture, keep your voice calm and composed, and try to empathize with the other person. But if push comes to shove, knowing a few basic self-defense moves can be a lifesaver. Remember, the aim is not to engage in a full-blown fight, but to create an opportunity to escape. Breaking free from restraints is another essential skill to master. Handcuffs, zip ties, and duct tape are common tools used in kidnappings. A simple bobby pin can work wonders in unlocking handcuffs. For zip ties, raising your bound hands high and forcefully bringing them down against your stomach can break them. As for duct tape, extending your arms out and then pulling them inwards quickly, as if you're flexing your muscles, can snap the tape. Now let's talk about improvising tools and weapons. Everyday items can be repurposed to assist in your escape. A pen or a credit card can be used to pick locks. Your keys or a belt buckle can be used as a makeshift weapon if necessary. Remember, the goal is not to harm but to create a window for escape. Finally, keep in mind that escaping is not just about physical maneuvers. Your mental agility is equally, if not more, important. Stay calm, make rapid decisions, and don't be afraid to think outside the box. As we conclude this segment, remember that the techniques we've discussed are not a guarantee of escape, but they can certainly increase your chances. These methods require practice to be effective, so familiarize yourself with them and, if possible, get trained by professionals. Above all, always prioritize avoiding confrontation and dangerous situations whenever possible. Evasion is always better than escape, and escape is always better than engagement. Remember, the goal is to escape safely without causing unnecessary harm. Stay vigilant, stay prepared, and you'll be ready to navigate any urban survival situation. After a successful escape, there are still important considerations. Let's discuss them. First and foremost, you need to find a safe haven. This could be a police station, a hospital, or any location where you can find trustworthy individuals. Remember, your safety is paramount. If you're in a foreign country, consider heading to your embassy or consulate. They are obligated to provide assistance to their citizens in times of crisis. Now let's talk about seeking medical attention. In the aftermath of an escape, adrenaline can mask injuries. It's crucial to perform a quick self-check once you're safe. Look for any cuts, bruises, or other injuries. Basic first aid knowledge can be a lifesaver here. Clean and dress any wounds to prevent infection. If you're seriously injured, seek professional medical help immediately. Do not delay. Your health is not a bargaining chip. Moving on to legal and ethical considerations. It's essential to understand the legal implications of your actions during an escape. In most jurisdictions, self-defense is legal. However, the use of excessive force could land you in hot water. Know your rights and responsibilities. And then comes ethical decision-making. In high-stress situations, it's easy to make decisions based on fear, but it's important to remember that every choice has consequences. Weigh your options carefully. While self-preservation is vital, it's equally important to consider the safety of others. Lastly, remember that the mental toll of an escape can be as significant as the physical one. You may experience a range of emotions, including relief, fear, and even guilt. Okay to seek help. Don't be afraid to reach out to mental health professionals or trusted loved ones. Even after escaping, stay vigilant and take care of your physical and mental health. You've been through a lot, and it's okay to take a moment to breathe, to heal, and to process. Remember, the strength lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Let's recap the key points we've discussed today. We started by defining urban evasion and escape tactics, emphasizing their importance in maintaining personal safety in densely populated areas. We've reviewed the common urban threats, such as crime, natural disasters, civil unrest, and terrorist attacks. Remember, understanding these threats is the first step in crafting a successful evasion plan. We moved on to situational awareness, stressing the importance of staying alert. Techniques for improving your situational awareness can safeguard you from potential dangers before they escalate. We also highlighted the significance of pre-escape planning. This involves getting familiar with your local area, identifying potential escape routes, hiding spots, and establishing a communication plan with family or friends. Code words and signals can be lifesavers in critical situations. We covered evasion tactics. Blending in is crucial. Dress inconspicuously to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Moving quickly, quietly, and unpredictably can help you evade pursuers. Use crowds to your advantage and navigate through urban obstacles like buildings, alleys, and rooftops. Public transport can also be a quick escape route. We also touched on escape techniques. We discussed the basic principles of urban navigation and using landmarks in the sun for orientation. Self-defense and de-escalation techniques are also vital. Being able to break free from restraints and use everyday items for self-defense or escape can be a game changer. The escape, there are several considerations. Identifying safe locations like police stations and hospitals is essential. Seek help from trustworthy sources and administer basic first aid if need be. Recognize when to seek professional medical help. we discussed legal and ethical considerations. Understanding the legal implications of certain escape actions is necessary. Remember, your rights and responsibilities when evading danger. Ethical decision-making in high-stress situations can be challenging, but it's important to balance self-preservation with the safety of others. Preparation and practice are essential. Stay safe and keep learning.